don't know Anansi, let me explain. Anansi is a trickster god who comes usually from Africa, although this particular story is from Jamaica. And sometimes he's a man, and sometimes he's a spider. And in this story, he's a spider. And he plays...
He's Anansi!
Yes, exactly. He's Anansi. And he plays tricks on everybody. Okay? So this story is called Tiger Tail Soup. Anansi, the spider, could never mind his own business. One day, he was walking past the king's house and he heard the king call out, Tiger Tail Soup, my favorite. And you know, Anansi had never tried Tiger Tail Soup, but he figured if it was good enough for the king, it was probably good enough for Anansi. And he decided he had to make himself a big pot of Tiger Tail Soup. Now, as you might imagine, there is one tiny little problem when you want to make Tiger Tail Soup. Anybody have any ideas what that might be? Yeah? You're gonna need a tiger tail. Yes, exactly. Well, you know, this wasn't actually such a problem for Anansi because Anansi happened to know where Tiger liked to spend his days. So Anansi went down to the river, and sure enough, there was Tiger, floating in the water, happily keeping to himself. Anansi calls out, "Hello, Tiger!" And Tiger, "How are you doing today, Tiger?" "Do you want to know a secret?" "No." "Great," thought Anansi. Tiger's talking to me. Of course you want to know a secret. Everybody loves secrets, and I'm going to tell you mine. Do you see that dark part of the water where the weeds are poking up just a little bit? That is the best part of the river to swim. "Why?" asked Tiger. "Well, you see, there's a hole there, so, you know, the water is deeper, and deeper water is smoother water, and smoother water. Maybe it's quieter water, too." And Tiger began to swim over to the hole. And Anansi calls out, wait, I didn't mean that you could swim there. You're far too heavy. You're such a big, beautiful creature, and you have such a big, beautiful, heavy tail. You know, if you wanted to swim in the best part of the river, you could hop off your tail. I'd watch it for you. I don't mind. You know, and then you could go swim in the best part of the river. Well, Tiger happened to love his big, beautiful tail. In fact, you might say he was kind of attached to it. But Anansi pestered him, and 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 finally, just to get rid of Anansi more than anything else, Tiger agreed. He popped off his tail. He put it lovingly down on the ground and swam off to get some peace and quiet away from Anansi. Well, as soon as Tiger had gotten out of sight, what do you think Anansi did? He picked up the tail, he threw it over his back, and he ran back to his house with that tail on his back as fast as his little spider legs could carry him. And as soon as he got home, he got out his biggest soup pot. And he began putting all his favorite things in there. He put carrots and celery and onions. And what would you put into the best soup ever? What would you put in?
I put in water.
Water, that's a really good idea. What other ingredients do you think would make it good? I might put in some cinnamon.
I put in marshmallows.
Marshmallows to go with tiger tail. Perfect. Anything else? Yeah. Carrots, brownies. Oh, it's going to be a very sweet soup. Anything else?
Chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips. Oh, okay. It's a dessert tiger tail soup. This sounds good. So you put in all the best ingredients, brownies and marshmallows and chocolate chips and carrots and water, which is really important for soup. And he stirred it all up. And then he put in the best ingredient of all. The tiger's tail. And it started to smell wonderful. Oh, it was the best smell Anansi had ever smelled. And he took a little taste. And he took another little taste. And soon Anansi had eaten the entire pot of soup. Oh, best meal ever. And for dessert, which I suppose he didn't really need to have given how sweet the soup was, but for dessert, Anansi had second thoughts. You see, Anansi was always having second thoughts because he very rarely had first ones to begin with. And his second thoughts were about what Tiger was going to do to him when he found out what Anansi had done to his big, beautiful tail. Anansi figured he'd better come up with a plan. And so Anansi thought, and he came up with the most wonderful plan of all, and that was he was going to blame someone else. So Anansi sat down, went off down the road, thinking of plans and looking for victims. And it wasn't long before he came to Little Monkey Town. And what you guys have to know about little monkeys is that little monkeys love to party. Little monkeys will take any excuse they can get to party. To have a party, to dance and sing and have an awesome party. And they would love the tiniest thing to give them an excuse to party. So little Anansi knew this, and he went to find the little monkey chief. And he found the chief and he said, "Chief, I've just been to the other side of the island and I have learned the best song. Do you want to hear it?" And the chief said yes, because obviously little monkeys love songs. And so Anansi sang the chief this song. "Yesterday about this time we ate up Tiger's tail. Oh, yesterday about this time we ate up Tiger's tail." Oh, the chief thought this was a great song and he began to sing it. "Yesterday about this time we ate up Tiger's tail. Oh, yesterday about this time we ate up Tiger's tail." And then all the little monkeys started to come and they sang too. You guys be little monkeys for me? Ready? "Yesterday about this time we ate up Tiger's tail. Oh, yesterday about this time we ate up Tiger's tail." And they began to dance. "Yesterday about this time we ate up Tiger's tail. Oh, yesterday about this time we ate up Tiger's tail." And as the little monkeys got dancing and singing and the party got wilder and wilder, Anansi snuck off. Anansi walked home chuckling to himself about what he had just done. And he got to his house and there was Tiger waiting for him. "Anansi, where's my tail?" "Oh, isn't it in the usual place?" "Anansi, if I had my tail, would I be asking you about it? Where's my tail? You were supposed to be watching it." "Oh, that tail. Well, you see, I'm a really busy spider and I couldn't stay by the river all day and you were in there for such a long time. Anansi, where's my tail?" "Well, I might know where it is. You see, I was just over in Little Monkey Town. They were singing this really cool song. Do you want to hear it?" "No, my tail. Anansi, where's..." "Well, you might want to hear this one." And so Anansi sang the song Tiger that he had sang to the little monkeys. And Tiger roared and he scooped up Anansi and threw him on his back and went running back to Little Monkey Town. And before he got anywhere near, about a half a mile away, what did he hear? "Yesterday about this time we ate up Tiger's tail. Oh, yesterday about this time we ate up Tiger's tail." And Tiger was so angry, he went running into Little Monkey Town. He started throwing little monkeys right and left until he found the little monkey chief. And when he found the little monkey chief, he threw Anansi off his back and he picked up that little monkey chief and said, "What have you done to my tail?" And the chief, he said, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I know why you're upset. We didn't invite you to the party. Oh, well, if you put me down, would you put me down? Yeah, oh, okay. Oh, I can teach you this really cool song, and then you can join our party. Here, let me sing it to you. Yesterday about this time we ate up Tiger's tail. Oh, yesterday about this time we ate up Tiger. Ooh! Well, Little Monkey Chief, he figured it out. And Tiger, he figured it out. And Little Monkey said, "You know, Tiger, Anansi taught us that song." So Tiger started looking around for Anansi. But he was gone. Anansi had crawled off into the nearest house, and crawled up into the attic, and crawled into the darkest corner of that attic. And they never did find him. You know, if you go up into an attic and you look in one of the far corners, you might just find Anansi, because he's been hiding there ever since the day he just had to have a bowl of tiger tail soup.